Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined today by Sean, who advocates for world showcases in every park, and JJ, who's bringing The Sopranos Bada Bing to Animal Kingdom.
All right, that's something else.
If you have a good title for my co-host here, please send in your ideas to readygeeks@gmail.com. In today's episode, we're going to take a dive into my takeaways from a recent trip to Walt Disney World, which did include a Run Disney event. Okay, well, my recent trip to Walt Disney World about a week and a half ago did include a Run Disney event, and the guys here had some questions for me. So just to start us off, I did the Hakuna Matata 10-miler Run Disney, and this was my first time ever running a race for Run Disney or for anyone or any entity ever.
So wait, this was your first race you've ever
Yeah,
run?
it's the first thing I've ever done.
No turkey trot 5K, just straight to...
Yeah. All right, so let's go back.
No, wait, don't go back.
I want to go back.
Okay, so you've done like 5K.
I've done a 5K. I've done a 5K.
You've never done a race as long as a 10-mile.
Yeah, those park challenges over the summer, last summer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
I don't.
No. So there are these races every Monday, and in different New York State parks on Long Island.
Oh, okay.
And they're small things though, like they're not really
Like 2 or 3 miles in like Sunken Meadow or Heckscher.
Yeah. But
Oh,
this
cool.
was like the first race that, like I had to get up at 2:15 in the morning for this thing.
Pass.
Yeah, that's...
Pass.
It was ridiculous. Well, we'll get into that. You guys have some questions for me. Let's get to those
But
questions.
did you at least get a lightning lane for Rise of Resistance out of waking up that early?
So luckily I have an awesome brother-in-law who did that for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Michael.
Yeah, him and Emily were there cheering us on. They made us signs.
My
pretty
first
nice.
unofficial question is: are spectators allowed in the park unticketed, or they have to only be where you're not in the park?
So they're not allowed in the park because the park isn't technically open.
Right.
Only during the marathon, because the marathon is so long, the park does open. So the people running the marathon can actually could go on rides if they wanted to.
Interesting.
And there are spectators around. But we were staying at the boardwalk, so Michael and Emily stayed with us the night before, and so they watched us from the boardwalk, and we ran past them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna ask the first question. Just something that maybe someone that might be thinking about doing this might ask: is the sign-up process hard? And was the sign-in process there, difficult?
So we had planned this trip before we even knew there was a Run Disney event. And when I realized there was a Run Disney event, I went online to see if there was any spots left. And the 10-miler was the only spot that was left. That was the only race that was left. Trust me, I would have picked anything else than the 10-miler. But that was the only thing that was left. Your 5K and your 10K, they go the day that it opens. The day that registration's open, those things are gone. Same thing, I believe, with the marathon and with the half marathon. But the 10K is kind of in a weird spot where it's too short for people who want to do marathon and too long for people who don't
just want to go for a run in Disney World and do that where they have characters and stuff along the way.
Yeah. So from what I believe, the 10-miler is the last to go. Other than the virtual races, you could always do a virtual race as well. And I think that's constant. Anyone could do it. So.
Yeah. They'll just mail you a medal and a T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, and then the sign-in process.
Yes, the sign-in process.
So the sign-in process, you have to go and sign in and get your bib either on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, and it has to be before your race. So I worked on Friday, and I flew down Friday night. So we could only go on Saturday. We went Saturday afternoon, an hour before they closed. There was
good.
nobody there. So the sign-in process, there was absolutely zero wait. but it also means that there was like zero merch, no no pictures or anything like that. Like, people were packing up the expo already. Like,
Just a bunch of boxes.
yeah. Well, actually, you know what though? The expo, they were just giving everything out for free. They were like, "Hey, you want this? You want this?" Because they don't want to take it back. So that was cool. We got a lot of free stuff. I got my chafing gear from there. Spoiler: no chafing.
Yeah, the podcast needs to hear that.
Shout out to the chafing guy. Do we have to use promo code ReedyGeeks for this? Is this a brand deal that I don't know about?
For where you get your chafing gear, use promo code ReedyGeeks.
Well, you kind of stole the thunder off my question. Were there any exclusive T-shirts, merch, any?
So I think there are. I hear that there are, but I didn't see anything. You know what was really interesting though? Because it was the end, people were buying the signs of like, Hakuna Matata 10 miler merch here. They were buying those signs because I guess Disney's not going to use that again. They did the theme again. They did the theme. It's over. But you could buy that as a souvenir, which I thought was pretty interesting.
How much does that go for?
Oh, $75, $100.
Yeah, and then they're going to auction it off. Someone's going to sell it for like $1,000.
Maybe.
$75 doesn't sound bad for like a sign. If it's like a good sign.
It was, yeah. I think it was metal, and it was pretty big.
Can't carry that on the plane.
The podcast also can't see my hands and how wide I'm holding.
It's wide.
Oh, I was gonna say it's really narrow. It was like, was it a sign for ants?
What is this? A center for ants?
Okay, so where did the race path go?
So every race starts in the Epcot parking lot and ends in the Epcot parking lot. So the way we first go is through like the industrial back behind Epcot and in through Mexico. So we
Like behind Test Track and Guardians.
Yep. And then we come in just to the left of Mexico. We make a left to go around World Showcase, go all the way around, and then go through the back way to Boardwalk, and then we're
not through the International Gateway.
no, I don't think they would safely be able to get people.
You make the
through
left
there.
out of that like alleyway between Canada and like the UK.
Yes, where the bathrooms are.
Yeah.
Where the
I got
UK
you.
bathrooms are. There's like there's big doors there.
Yep.
Yeah. So you go out through there, and then you come out around just past the Skyliner. There's a path there, and then you go around Boardwalk. Take the normal path that you would go to Hollywood Studios. We go in through a service entrance into Hollywood Studios, and we go down Sunset Boulevard. No, what is that?
Sunset
No,
Boulevard?
Sunset points you. So there is a sunset. Sunset points you towards the Tower of Terror.
Right. Okay.
I wonder if it's Hollywood.
Is it Buena Vista, maybe, or no?
Maybe
Like the main.
Yeah,
entry
the main,
to
the
Hollywood
main. Yeah.
Studios. Yeah.
You're looking at
where you
the
see
Chinese
you
theater.
see the Chinese theater.
Yeah. So we ran down that into Echo Lake territory, up towards Galaxy's Edge, around Galaxy's Edge, but not by the Millennium Falcon because you don't want to go upstairs. So went just around the edge of or in the front of Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land. I don't remember how we got from Toy Story Land to Sunset Boulevard, but we came out, made a left on Sunset Boulevard, and then go past the Tower of Terror, again behind Hollywood Studios, and then from there, it is all highway. So that was only about 4.5 miles. So more than half of
the race is just
race.
on the highway where the buses and everything drive. Yeah.
And that was like the worst part, Obviously, and it's the last. The back half of the race is gonna stink on your, ability to run it, and it just you're looking at nothing. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, going through the parks though, I mean that was cool. You got the music going. You had they had their own music. There were tons of cast members out there cheering you on, and then when you get to the road, it's like nothing.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
They don't play the Harmonious soundtrack on the highway.
No, I had to play my own harmonious. I had to, that's what I used to get me through the highway was Harmonious on loop. It was my Harmonious era.
So along the race path, there are characters, cast members, you said. Were there any characters, any rare characters that only come out for the races that you noticed that maybe people don't often see?
So I got pictures with Classy Donald and the Friends of Tower of Terror, and those are just like two guys that look like they're dead. You know, they got the white ghostly face and everything.
We got to find a way to get that picture in the podcast at some point. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they weren't the only people that looked dead in that picture.
I know. I was looking dead at that picture, yeah. So those were two people that I stopped for because there were small lines, like short lines, but there were...
those pictures you took during the race?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where I was running by them and I saw, oh, you know what? That's not too long of a line. Let me stop and get online there. But some of the lines, like, must have been at least a half hour long. And they were like Mickey and Minnie. Like, that was incredibly long. Rafiki was long. This wasn't as long, but the mice from Cinderella were there. There was something from Pocahontas. I don't know. Is there some animal she's friends with?
Yeah, Miko the raccoon.
the raccoon.
Yes. Yeah, Miko the raccoon. Yeah.
That feels rare. I don't think I've ever seen him in a park.
I saw him in a cavalcade at Animal Kingdom.
Kids.
Because they put them on the boats. They don't really do the cavalcades at Animal Kingdom, but what they do is they put them on the boats in the
river.
In the river, and we saw Pocahontas and Miko
Yeah.
on the boat.
There was a couple other ones. There's some lion that was some
Simba?
No,
Some lion.
Some lion.
Simba wasn't there. I couldn't believe it. He's the mascot of the whole race.
Technically, no. Timon and Pumbaa.
They were in it. Yeah, you could take it.
They're the...
Yeah, you could take a picture of them. Tigger, he was on there. There was something with a king, like he had a crown, and he was like an animal with a crown.
Oh, from Robin Hood.
Okay.
Robin Hood, the king, because Robin Hood
Steals from the king, I guess. Yeah, right?
the guy who, like, sucks his thumb and the. It's King Richard, right?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yeah, King Richard. This is great audio.
This is Patreon exclusive audio.
Yeah,
you get to hear the raw episode uncut.
Robin Hood cartoon.
Andrew's using his favorite search engine, Bing.
Yes, that was who it was. That's who it was, King Richard. Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, he's rare.
That's definitely rare. I would have, when I was a kid, I loved Robin Hood, so that would have been
Pretty cool.
That would have been right up my alley if I was 4.
Yeah. There was a lot of kids running the race too. I was surprised.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the youngest person you saw running the?
Oh, probably like 10.
Wow.
10, 11. Yeah. I don't know if they're doing the whole thing though. They didn't.
I wonder
seem
if they were 10 or 11, or if they were just maybe a young looking 13. Maybe you had to be at least 13 to run. I don't know. I don't know what the requirements are. I'd be surprised if they were letting like 9 and 10-year-olds run a 10-mile race.
At the pickup
I
station.
think a 10-year-old can run 10 miles probably better than.
Well, definitely better
a
than
lot.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the pickup where you get your shirt, there were youth sizes, so could be.
But a lot of very fit women, petite women,
smaller men and women are wearing.
I would say
tiny shirts. Not us.
A lot of very fit petite women will wear like a youth large or something.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, we do have a couple more. Did you see the balloon ladies?
So these balloon ladies, to me, is like if this was to be a Disney movie, they're the villain, right?
Oh yeah,
like you do not want them to catch you.
Yeah, because if they catch you, you're done.
I'm literally running away from them. I'm running away from them as fast as I can.
Are they in costume or
no? I never saw them actually. I never saw them. I saw their balloons when we were lining up. But the reason why I got up at 2:15 was to catch the first bus to Epcot, which was at 3:00 in the morning, and I was on that first bus. from Boardwalk, and I wanted to get into my corral, Corral E, the last corral. I wanted to get there in the beginning, because then I would probably start the race at least 10 to 20 minutes before the balloon women would start the race. So as long as I was maintaining anything faster than a 16-minute, there's no way they could catch up to me, because I started 10 minutes before them, right?
Right.
So so that was my plan. I never saw them except for in the beginning, and I'll tell you, I don't think people get swept, because when I was on a bridge at the end and I looked down and saw all the people who were behind me, I was like, my God, and I didn't see the balloon people, and the people just kept on going. And
And you like you said, you were 10 minutes ahead of them.
yeah,
I mean, if you're 10 minutes ahead,
maybe not 10 minutes is maybe an exaggeration. But at least I think 5 minutes. Yeah.
You just look behind you and you
that
see
could
the
still be
balloons
almost a half mile away.
getting closer and closer to you, like a shark fin.
Dun-na, 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 dun-na.
that's copywritten, so I'm just going to leave that in instead of playing the
That's
sound
no
effects.
drop in there.
No drop, just Shopee.
It's also from the enemy. We can't put a Universal in here.
Yeah, but they got rid of the ride.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Not in all the parks though.
Oh yeah, they still have it.
I think it's
Japan.
still in every other park.
So in Hollywood, it's not the full Jaws ride. They have like a small nod to Jaws in the backlot
Oh,
tour
gotcha.
ride.
Okay.
Yeah, which is actually probably the best ride at that park, because it's like actually a real movie lot that they tour, and they take you on the trams. It's like a really good ride. Anyway,
Enough
we're
about
not-
that. Enough about
we
that.
don't talk about. We don't talk about.
The competition.
It's like saying Voldemort's name. Wait,
All right. So, best experience during the race, worst experience during the race.
All right, so I'll go with best first. I think the best experience is running through the parks with all the lights on at night and hearing the music they have. At first, when I was going through Epcot,
Not at night, just really early in the morning.
Right.
it was dark.
It was dark, but really early in the morning. And going with their music and everything, I had my own headphones, my own music, and then I realized the music they were playing was like, oh, this is like Disney pump you up music. So I stopped listening to mine, and all the cast members out there like cheering you on, like that was like the best part. I don't think the smile left my face that first 4 miles, which for someone who doesn't run at all. I was doing the whole time. I was doing one of those Couch to 5K apps where they tell you to run, then like for 2 minutes, and then they tell you to walk, and then they tell you to run again. So I was doing that most of the time. So yeah, that was definitely my highlight. And the low is probably like when I first woke up at 2:15, I was like excited, but then I got into the corral at like 3:30, and we didn't go until 6.
Ooh.
So
You're just standing around for a whole race.
yeah.
Longer than the whole race was.
Right. Yes. Yeah. We were waiting for a very long time. So that was probably the low. And the whole time, like, I'm nervous about being swept and everything like that,
Yeah.
and not finishing. So like, that's just an hour and a half to 2 hours of like dread.
2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. 2.5 hours. Yeah.
It's locked.
Same here.
Try the windows.
Negatory. It's a Fenster Schneckler 380. Finest child-proof lock in the world.
We're trapped.
Would you do another Run Disney event?
Absolutely. I want to do one like next year, but not a 10 miler. 5K, 10K, definitely want to do it. Do it with friends. I think staying on property was awesome. That was, their bus system is, they're not the regular buses. They pick you up in coach buses. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we were there. We were there once for the marathon weekend, and as we were getting up to go to the parks, all the buses were coming back, and the people limping and hobbling off the buses. But it's a whole separate bus system. I just feel like you can stay off property and take your own transportation in, but why would you do that?
Yeah. But yes, I would do it again. I would definitely do it again. Are you guys going to do it with me?
I wouldn't not do one. My whole thing about running is I don't want to pay to run. I feel like that's such a scam.
You're paying for the medal. You're paying for the shirt. You know, you're paying for the experience.
I'm already paying to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you get free? You get free parking admission that day, right?
No.
What?
No. You get free park admission for when you're running through the park.
You get free park admission with the purchase of a park ticket that day.
Yes.
Right.
And that's actually why it ends in the Epcot parking lot and it doesn't end in a park.
I'm surprised it doesn't end at a ticket kiosk.
Money, please.
I would definitely consider it. But yeah, the 5K or 10K, probably 5K.
Yeah, I'm not running more than 10K.
No. Yeah.
That's probably not going to happen for me.
But 3.1 miles, maybe.
Yeah.
And especially if it's
3.2.
5 is 3.2.
5K, I think it's 3.2.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 3.2 for a for it. What would that be, like an hour maybe? At most,
Yeah.
if you're running and walking.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could walk it probably in about an hour, right? Because that would be a little more than 3 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be a pretty brisk walk, but you could probably do it in an hour.
Yeah.
A walk. Yeah. If you walk slow, maybe it's like an hour and 5. But
And
if you run it,
Right. You'd be done a lot quicker. But
Right. I mean, you run a 12-minute mile, you're done in 35, 36 minutes.
Right. You don't have to worry about getting swept too. So it's just the experience, even if you're walking at a fast pace and you get to see it, and you get to see Epcot in a way that you haven't seen it before,
yeah, it's cool.
That's what you're paying for, really.
Sir, here is a check with my name on it. Write down any number on this piece of paper, and I will pay it.
Okay, so I did just come back from Walt Disney World, and I have a couple takeaways for you guys. Things that I learned, felt, and experienced on the trip that I thought, hey, this is something I want to bring back to my good buddies, Sean and JJ.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Yeah. All right. Not the listeners, though. So let's cut the feed. No. Okay. So takeaway number 1, the Hall of Presidents.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I mentioned to you guys while we were on the trip. The Hall of Presidents. Joe Biden doesn't talk. So he does his oath of office. He does his oath of office, but he doesn't do a speech afterwards. And every other president I've seen, including Trump, had done a speech after the oath of office.
Sleepy Joe, too sleepy to...
Is it something they do once they leave office, or?
No, well, once they leave office, they're not up there anymore.
Oh, true.
They don't talk at all.
Right.
Unless you're Lincoln. Man,
That guy doesn't
Lincoln
shut
gets
up.
everything. He gets a stand.
He gets all the credit.
Yeah. I want to redo that.
Not trying to get too political here.
Anti-Lincoln Andrew over here.
Ooh, Confederacy Andrew.
No. Oh, that is all cuttable.
We can do nicknames too.
Ooh, Robert E. Shopey.
Robert E. Shopey. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Why that might be?
Presidents? No, you might want to start that whole thing over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe skip that one. Or is it interesting at all?
It's not interesting. Maybe it's not your first takeaway.
Okay.
Do you have anything more interesting than the Hall of Presidents?
No, he was starting off strong.
My next one's about the trash cans. All right. So the Hall of Presidents didn't slap. Here we go.
Main takeaway: never go on the Hall of Presidents.
No, I still like it. It's still good. But
Is it long? I haven't been on the Hall of Presidents
In forever.
like probably not since like 2007 when I went with my grandparents.
Right, like a childhood trip.
Well, no, I was an adult then, but it was with my grandparents. Like I literally went with my grandparents.
Yeah.
It's not like they were, going on Space Mountain.
Right.
They weren't waiting an hour and a half for Space Mountain.
It's a nice show. I mean, it's no American Adventure. Sorry. I do really like American.
I've done that once and I slept through it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have fallen.
There were
asleep
other factors that led me to fall asleep during the American Adventure, but I definitely slept through it.
The fact that you were halfway around World Showcase?
Yes, I was exactly, if you count the outpost, I was exactly 7 drinks in when I got to the American Adventure.
You know what's great about being 7 drinks in? Taking 45 minutes in a cold, dark place.
And then drinking 6 more drinks.
Yeah, so the whole presence has a nice little video, but the main thing you're doing it is like, I think, to hear the president like talk, and you know what I mean? And I was surprised he didn't talk. But I do have probably a better takeaway. Here we go. Geyser Point maybe tops my list of best bars. I believe it tops my list of best bars.
Geyser Point is the bar at the Wilderness Lodge?
Yes. The one that's on the water.
I've never been, and there's definitely a future episode where we do
Best bars.
bars on property, but
Yeah. We're going to have to spend some time there doing research for the podcast.
We got to Joe Roadie this and go on a
That's true.
research trip.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. No, it's a great bar though, because it's outdoors. It's got fans, great seating, like couch seating, and its food is fantastic. The bison burger is so good. Really love it there. It makes me want to stay at Wilderness Lodge just to like experience that every day.
Why wouldn't you stay at Wilderness Lodge? Just the points?
For people who DVC, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
yeah.
a DVC hotel, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, there's 2 DVC properties in there.
Perhaps the podcast listeners should know that you're a DVC member.
Yes. So I'm a DVC member. That's why I was staying at Boardwalk, because I don't think you could really stay there without being a DVC member. It's so expensive, right? That goes back to our...
Or renting DVC points.
Or renting DVC points, right?
Use promo code ReedyGeeks.
ReedyGeeks. So, Wilderness Lodge, no, it's good, but it's not on the monorail. You have to take a boat to the Magic Kingdom. That's the only form of transportation to any of the parks.
Buses?
No buses.
Right,
Yeah, buses.
It's just buses or the ferry that takes you to Magic Kingdom.
They catapult you across the...
But every other deluxe resort has like another form of transportation.
Right.
And so the Wilderness Lodge is only the boat, which is fine.
Do you think eventually they'll expand the Skyliner once they know kind of how it operates and how people like it?
I think the Skyliner will expand, but not over there.
Not over there.
I think it'll connect the All-Star Resorts to Blizzard Beach and Blizzard Beach to Coronado Springs, and then Coronado Springs will feed you into MGM, and then that whole thing's all connected.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go. I don't think it'll go.
That's
all the way.
That's a long ride, uninterrupted.
There's a better. It's going to sound crazy, but there's a better chance they redo the monorails and put the Wilderness Lodge in a monorail 2.0 loop. Like maybe they build a fourth hotel in the current monorail loop, but that also involves maybe building a whole new monorail system, and then they add Wilderness Lodge to become like a 5th resort on the monorail.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we already talked about how we're worried that the monorail is going to be crowded with the addition of the Poly Tower.
Well, I mean, also those monorails are so old. Like, I think they're due just in general.
Well, the resort loop monorail is always crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's really the only monorail that people mostly take besides the Epcot line.
Yeah. And now you're going to
that's
be
the only
adding
other
a
one,
couple hundred more people.
More than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. Okay, so my next takeaway is a Run Disney event is awesome, but it really ruins at least 2 days of your trip. So, and I mean ruin because I didn't want to drink, and if I'm not drinking, then it's ruined. But no, like it's if you're getting up at 2:15 in the morning, I had to go to bed at 7, 8. You know what I mean? And
right, I think the people that go to Disney for a Run Disney event, that's why they're going.
Right.
That's the purpose of the trip.
And then the next day is ruined because you're tired.
Your feet hurt so bad or whatever.
Yeah. And if you're out of shape, it could really affect your whole trip, as I know from experience. I was still hurting up until like the day we left and got back from the trip. Almost a week later.
Game? What's a game?
We were not moving as fast and weren't rope dropping every day like we normally do, and so it's a different type of trip when you do a Run Disney event.
Was that a bad thing that it wasn't the same Disney trip that you usually have?
No, I mean it's a different experience, right? It's something new. It's out of our comfort zone. I remember waking up at like 9 with anxiety of like, why am I not on a ride? You know what I mean? Like, so
That is not the way I do Disney World. No, not at all.
you don't get up early, or
I try not to. No, why?
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I like the rope drop.
Yeah.
I come from a very strict rope drop family.
Yeah,
But depending on the park, I mean, honestly,
I'm not against doing it.
I would say that there is a park that I almost think the reverse is the better move, and that's Animal Kingdom. You're almost better off going to that park at noon and staying till close than
Because they still close
going
Animal Kingdom
there
like 6 or
at-
7 o'clock, right? It's still an earlier close.
it closes basically at sundown.
the only thing I would say about that, and I do agree with you, but for some reason, the safari, the best time
I know,
is in
and
the morning.
the safari is maybe the most iconic thing, like the most Animal Kingdom-y thing you can do there, right? Yeah.
Is the thing with the animals.
Yeah. Okay, my next takeaway. We stayed at the boardwalk on DVC points, and I think that the boardwalk might have the best resort transportation options. And that's because we realized, like, on day 2, if we want to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge, let's just walk over to Hollywood Studios and get on the bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh.
Like, you can go to Hollywood and you can go to Epcot, walk easily, but then you can get to any other resort by going to Hollywood Studios.
But doesn't that mean that any hotel that's in proximity to a Skyliner has access to everything like that?
I guess so. Yes. So Caribbean Beach, you could take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios and then get on a bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yeah.
And that's a pretty quick jump, right? Caribbean Beach
Yeah.
is the stop right before Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. But you can't walk to Hollywood Studios and you can't walk to... I see walking as quicker than Skyliner, right? Like, I don't have to wait on that line at the end of the day, or in the morning.
Well, but if you're hopping, I mean, I don't think you're going to be going to a resort at 9 in the morning.
No.
You're not be visiting a resort at 9 in the morning.
Right.
You're
Unless you,
be
have
going-
unless you have a breakfast reservation somewhere.
But we know how he feels about breakfast reservations.
I'm offended by them.
He's offended by breakfast for some reason. I don't know why. Why wouldn't you want to have a big breakfast and then a big dinner and forget about lunch?
Mickey Waffle hater Andrew.
Yeah, actually. So,
Powdered eggs hater Andrew.
Microwave bacon hating Andrew.
all right, but I guess the point I was making about the boardwalk is if you look at all of your available transportation options, I think boardwalk has like the best bet, and probably next would be Beach Club and Yacht Club because they're so close. Because you do have the ability to walk to parks, and then you can get to any, through walking to a bus, so you can get to any resort. But that's a good. I never realized that about the Caribbean Beach.
It's only one stop. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe that's a hack, like a little.
Yeah,
We're inventing our own, we're inventing our own park hacks.
I like that.
We're inventing our own park hacks.
Hacking.
Yeah, which is if you can stay at Riviera or Caribbean Beach.
I cannot stand Riviera. Not with my income.
Maybe
Well,
with
with points.
Maybe if you use promo code ReedyGeeks, we can help Sean get to a deluxe resort.
Help me stay at a resort nicer than the Port Orleans French Quarter. No disrespect to the Port Orleans French Quarter.
That's a very
favorite,
nice resort.
my favorite resort on property.
Yeah. That's a future
I
show.
actually really want to stay there.
So my next takeaway, the baguette in France might be the best food deal on property.
You can't baguette it.
No. I won't ever forget that.
Forget about it.
It is so big. It's like 2 feet.
How big is it?
I was thinking the same exact thing.
It's so big, and it's only like $5. It's awesome.
It is delicious.
The next time when we go to Epcot in October, every single person in the party has to get a baguette.
And then we'll have lightsaber battles with them.
I'm so excited for
I mean, we're probably going to eat the bread because, one, it's delicious.
Yeah. And we'll be on our last. Would that be our last? No, our second to last country, because you like to start with Canada.
Oh, Canada first, Mexico second?
Yeah.
We're going to do that?
We're gonna
do Canada
such
first.
a weird mix.
We're going to do Canada first, Mexico second. I was just thinking we'd start at Mexico.
Yeah, start in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
start off with some tequila shots, right? Like, that's kind of the move.
It's tequila shot, a margarita of your choice, and then a Dos Equis. You drink 3 times in Mexico.
Jesus. You gotta start strong. You gotta start strong.
You drink 3 times in Mexico.
Yeah, so we'll be at least 13 drinks in each, so we will all need the
We will
baguettes.
all need the baguette far sooner than we'll end up getting it. But
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Okay, next takeaway. Coral Reef is hot trash, and the seas can disappear.
whoa. Okay, hold on.
Like coral reefs
Like
in
the
general.
The Australian coral reef needs to go.
That's a Great Barrier Reef.
It's a great barrier. Oh,
We're gonna.
I would like to
we're gonna
redo that.
attract an audience
I'd like to go
that
back.
we don't want to attract here.
Okay, so wait, is the Coral Reef the restaurant
Yes.
inside
Yes.
the?
Yes.
That's what I assumed he meant. Did you dined there?
We dined there.
Okay.
For my mom's 70th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Well, it's not my 70th birthday. So, I mean, that seems like an interesting
For
place.
your mother's
yeah.
70th birthday,
We
she
went.
wanted to go to the Coral Reef restaurant.
She
Yeah.
wanted to eat fish in front of fish.
The ultimate display of dominance.
I may be 70, but I'm still an apex predator.
So we had my sister and her family there, and they have 3 little kids. So we were gonna do Le Cellier, which is in Canada.
Yeah.
And my vote for best restaurant, in
restaurant.
Epcot.
I mean, it's top 5 on property as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
But with little kids, Le Cellier is a
Yeah.
little tough, and you can't get a table for 9.
Yeah, that's
there.
true. It's not a big place.
No.
You can only do lunch. I went because when I went with my grandparents, second time bringing this up, we were because it was my grandparents, all their grandkids, all their kids.
So big reservations
wow.
only for lunch.
It was like 14 people.
I remember you saying that's one of the best burgers. Is that?
Yeah, they have a lunch burger, and it
Yeah.
was really, really good. It was one of my favorite burgers I've ever had. But apparently now it's not even the best burger in
Epcot?
in Walt Disney World anymore because they've got apparently the Steakhouse 71
has-
is supposedly better, and there's even a restaurant in Disney Springs is supposedly better now.
Steakhouse 71 is in the Contemporary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It replaced the Wave.
The Wave.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a breakfast buffet there. Earmuffs. So elaborate more on the hot trash.
Yeah, so it was just everyone hated their dish. Like, and it took over an hour to come out. Like, it was so long. We were thinking about going up and just saying, "Hey, we're gonna get going because like the park's gonna close soon." Like,
Yeah.
we still want to go do stuff.
Yeah.
And then right when we were about to get up and say that, the food came out, and like, you know, I got like a shrimp scampi, and the scampi sauce tastes like sour cream. It was really bad. The surf and turf was not good, and I don't know, just nobody liked their meal except for the kids. They got like chicken fingers.
Yeah.
How
do you not like that?
They loved it.
Can't mess that up.
Can't no.
You chose poorly.
How come she didn't want to do the space restaurant?
So that's very difficult to get to too. And honestly,
you got to take a rocket ship.
That's kind of hot trash as well.
You've been there?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I've heard it's pretty good. Oh, I mean, but I think it's probably, beauty's an eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting experience, the restaurant, like going up and everything, and then being out in space, like that's cool. But I don't know. It seemed like everything on the menu was like fried and
it's your standard,
yeah,
burgers, sandwiches,
right, and everything just had a name that was like spacey. Yeah,
$10 more than it should be.
Yeah, but so with that, like not having the Coral Reef as a good restaurant there, and also having that terrible Nemo ride, that's 2 strikes on that pavilion, and I feel like that pavilion can now just go.
I could not possibly disagree with you more, but
these are my takeaways.
Yeah, these are your opinions, and you're entitled to them. So says freedom of speech.
Yeah,
It is the American way.
this next one's a pretty quick one, and I think I learned this for the first time ever. When you're not dripping in sweat in Disney, it can be pleasant. Disney World can be a pleasant place.
Like the weather, or like
everyone was happier that week than I think I've ever experienced.
Was it just
in
a
Disney World?
good weather week?
Oh, it was 70s and sunny like the entire time. Like it didn't rain once, and it would no humidity. Like the humidity was like so good.
So you were just in Disneyland.
Yeah. And now I know why people are happy in California.
So his takeaway is no, that's the weed. His takeaway is when you're comfortable, you have a better time.
Yeah. And everyone else around you is having a better time.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah. That's good audio here. Okay, how about this one? You guys are going to like this one.
Maybe not.
Fantasmic
I don't like it.
is not the best show at Walt Disney World.
I like
Wow.
Contrary to what our avid listeners heard a couple weeks ago, or maybe are gonna hear. Who knows the order in which these come out? But Fantasmic is not the best show. I was kind of a little disappointed and realized maybe seeing it at the end of a Hollywood Studios day originally.
I don't think Fantasmic's the best show in Hollywood Studios.
What do you think is the best show in Hollywood
What
Studios?
are the other shows in Hollywood
Muppets
Studios?
3D?
Yes, there we go. Boom.
Really?
Muppets 3D is amazing.
I don't like Fantasmic. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize. Sorry. I'm not sorry.
Sorry that I'm not sorry.
It's good. It's good. That's
Okay.
where I met my hero, Ron, from Ron on the Go.
Are you shouting out Ron?
Yeah,
we gotta
shout out-
we gotta shout out Ron.
Shout out to Ron from Ron on the Go, who does a live Disney stream every night or almost every night.
You might know him from a YouTube feed if you're obsessed with Disney.
You might know him from a YouTube feed if you've been to Andrew's house and looked at the television.
Yeah, we just keep it on in the background. We're just doing stuff around the house. All right. Second last takeaway. No, last takeaway. Doing laundry on the trip is actually awesome.
Oh, nerd.
Yeah, being able to come home with like laundry done
that's-
is so cool.
You know, I did that at your bachelor party.
You did?
Yeah.
You did laundry before we left?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The night before we left, I did laundry.
That was a great
Well-
idea. If I have a washer dryer, I'm doing this every time now.
Where do you have you have a washer and dryer in
So
your?
it was. We originally got a studio in the boardwalk.
People that stay at the Pop Century don't typically have washers and dryers
They're available to
them.
you. You can go and I think they have them somewhere in the resort. But we had a studio, and then our air conditioning wasn't working. So, and I know it was a beautiful week, but still at in the middle of the night, you want it a little cool. So we ended up getting upgraded to a 1-bedroom, which has washers and dryers.
Really?
Yeah. So that was very
That's
nice.
pretty huge, actually.
Yeah, because it comes with like the kitchen. With
So when you said doing laundry, if it's right available to you, sure. I thought you meant like you sent away for laundry.
No. Right, it's a unit, washer dryer on top of each other, stackable
Yeah,
unit.
that's different. I thought he like you put a bag of dirty clothes outside your room and they came and took a digital laundry for you.
My God, you know how expensive that probably is.
Right.
It's like yeah,
That's a bougie experience.
If we ever do an episode like that.
I know nothing about bougie Disney experiences. This guy probably knows a few.
Well, that's why that would be a good episode.
It'd be a learning experience
And we
for
could
the
also,
riffraff.
What's the poorest thing you can do in Disney World, and what's the richest thing you can do in Disney World?
we also bought Club 33 access. No, I'm just kidding.
I signed up for Club 33.
You ever catch a family getting on the bus back to the airport and ask them how many meals they have left on their dining their free dining?
I'm just trolling that checkout window. Hey, you got any meals left? You ask sometimes it only takes about 5 asks. Eventually, you'll get one.
Standing in the medium of I-4 with the sign.
I don't want money. I just want dining
Credits.
Disney dining credits.
All right, so that was my takeaways for my trip.
Interesting takeaways.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I think we all learned something.
We don't know what it was, but we're sure that we learned something. Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, since we're a little wrapped up here, do we have time for a game?
Yeah, I think we do.
Game time.
Would you like to play a game?
Okay, guys. This is going to be a fantasy draft game, but I'm going to assign dollar values to the things that we're drafting. This way, it's a little bit more of a challenge. So this is the $15 fantasy draft game, and we're going to do a day of rides at the Magic Kingdom. So I'm going to have different tiers from $5 down to $1, and you'll have a $15 budget, and you have to pick 5 rides. You can't go over $15, and we'll do a snake style draft, which means 1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1, and back and forth until we all have 5 picks. I will, for the sake of the... Oh, we've got questions already.
Question: how are we determining the draft order?
Damn.
Do you have does someone have a
Random number generator?
or a spin the wheel, like a wheel spin thing where we have 3 names?
I can 3
Okay, we'll do a little...
I have another question.
Okay. Wait, okay.
I feel like my answer to your question is just no. I don't know what it is, but it's no.
Okay, what's your question?
My question is, do we have to draft one ride from each dollar point, or can we
no.
double up on a?
You can take all the $1 ones. You can take all the $2 ones.
Okay.
You just have to have 5, and you can't exceed $15.
Exactly.
Okay.
15 is your max. So you could go 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, and that would give you $13.
How much money are you leaving on the table?
Or
Well, but then I don't have 5 rides.
Yes, you do.
no, you would. You'd 5,
1,
5, 1, 1, 1. You could do that,
5, 5, 1, 1, 1. Oh, okay.
He's not a math teacher.
No, I'm not. No.
and that would give you a 13. That would give you 5 rides at $13.
Right.
You could do whatever you want. You could, as long as you get to 5. You can't do 5, 5, 5.
Right.
This isn't dominoes.
But can I do 5, 5, 3?
1, 1. Yeah.
Can I do 5, 5, 4 and then stop?
How is this
No,
happening?
you have to end up with.
You need 5 rides.
You need to.
Why? Why do I need 5 rides?
Because that's you have to fill.
That's how the game works. Those
You
are the
have
rules
to
of the
fill
game.
out. You have to fill out a valid roster.
Okay. All right. That's a good point there. Okay. Andrew.
Your football team has to have 52 men on the roster.
The commissioner of the fantasy league doesn't understand full rosters.
You have to play a valid lineup.
All right, I got a spin wheel.
Okay,
here.
we're going to spin the wheel to see who gets to choose their position first.
I like that. That's good. All right, spinning in 3, 2, 1.
wheel.
There's a better sound effect JJ can put in while this is happening.
The wheel is spinning.
JJ
Ooh,
was selected.
I get to go first. I'm actually going to go last. Yeah, I'm going to go last.
You go last? Okay. All right, so we'll spin for me and you. I can delete JJ. Yeah. Nice. There we go.
Spinning the wheel.
Yeah. All right.
So Andrew won.
I assume he's going to want to go first.
No, I'm going to go second.
Oh.
I don't like.
That's a bold move.
I don't like to be too far away from my picks.
You don't
Okay,
like,
so also,
you don't
hold
like
on,
the
hold on.
back-to-back.
What is
Yeah.
the... How do you win?
Write in who won ReedyGeeks@gmail.com.
That's a good question, Sean.
How do you win?
Or use our social media. Tweet at us. Send us a message on Instagram. Whose day you would rather have.
Oh, our 3 listeners, our moms, can vote.
My mom would pick yours.
You boys picked on Andrew.
That's good.
So I got first pick.
Yeah, you got first pick.
All right.
Okay, so let me go over the roster just for the people listening here, because we all have this list in front of us. The $5 tier is Tron, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Haunted Mansion. The $4 tier is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain, Jungle Cruise, and Peter Pan. The $3 tier is Winnie the Pooh, People Mover, PhilharMagic, and the Carousel of Progress. The $2 tier includes Buzz Lightyear, Small World, Dumbo, and The Little Mermaid. And the $1 tier includes The Enchanted Tiki Room, Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor, The Hall of Presidents, and The Teacups. Okay, Sean, you have the first pick.
With the first pick, I'm going to take a $5 roll at the Haunted Mansion.
Solid choice. Solid choice.
Do we have a jersey for the Haunted Mansion for him to wear?
Oh, can you play the...
I mean, it's copyright, but...
Yeah.
Well, just use that. I'll just use that. You singing it.
Do it as good as you can.
No, that's bad.
If you play the song with us talking over it, maybe it won't.
Well,
won't
I
pick
mean,
up.
will the Walt Disney Corporation sue us?
I'm willing to roll the dice.
All
That
right.
means we're doing something right? We'll be making money on this at least. We'd have to have something to give them if they're going to sue us.
All right, so you went with Haunted Mansion. I'm going to go with a $3 attraction.
Oh no!
No problem. That's fine.
Is he gonna do something dirty?
I'm going to take PhilharMagic
Wow!
with the second pick of the draft.
Wow. Do you believe in unlikelihoods? Okay, so I've got the wraparound, and my strategy has completely changed. I was not expecting Tron to fall to me. So I'm actually going to do something wild, and I'm going to go double fives, and I'm going to take Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron.
See, I wasn't expecting you to do that.
Well, I wasn't expecting me to do that, but
I forced your hand.
you forced my hand. Not that I wanted PhilharMagic, just that, I mean, I did want PhilharMagic, but not necessarily. I would have been happy with other things, too.
Oh, you know what? I could have waited for my second pick to pick PhilharMagic, because you probably wouldn't have picked it.
So now it comes
Yeah,
back. It comes
and
back to you.
you shot yourself. You don't get Tron or Pirates.
Right. I want to redo.
Idiot.
I want to go back.
Nope.
There's no going back.
Going back? Okay. So I'm up.
Yeah, you're up.
You're up.
We have to go back.
I'm going to go with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I like that pick. Okay, Sean's got a wraparound now.
Ooh, I get 2.
Yeah.
All right. With my wraparound pick, I'm going to go with another $5 pick. I'll take the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And I will take for $3 the Carousel of Progress.
Ooh. Oh, that changes a lot for me.
I'm going to go ahead and take Space Mountain
Okay. Nice.
for $4.
Okay. I've used 10 of my dollars already. And I've got a wraparound. So I'm going to grab the Enchanted Tiki Room for $1. And Buzz Lightyear for $2, just because I'm afraid of drafting an illegal squad by going up to the 3 and then having to do another one.
So I'm so sorry, guys. I just realized I'm editing the master
That
list.
No, it's
Well, that's
helpful.
good because you're taking off. I now can't pick anything that hasn't been taken.
Right. But are you
No,
writing
I'm-
down what? I'm only writing down what I got.
Oh, I know. I mean,
No, I know what I have.
I know what
Oh,
I've taken.
okay.
Yeah, no,
my,
it's
my
actually
memory's
been
not
very
that
helpful.
bad.
Well, you can remember and add and then subtract
And I can drink
and divide.
while doing that. It's your turn, by the way.
My turn.
Yeah, it's back to you because I took at the $1 I took the Enchanted Tiki Room, and at the $2 I took Buzz Lightyear.
So I have $4 left, but I need 2 more rides. So I can't take a $4 ride.
No, you can do a 3 and a 1.
3 and a 1 or 2 2s.
Or 2 2s.
Oh my God! Yes, I'm taking People Mover. People Mover for $3, please.
Yep, that's what I was debating. Should I take a $3 or should I do $2 for Buzz?
The people are on my side because I'm moving them.
All right. So I get 2 now. My last 2.
You get 2 and then you're done.
And then I'm done. I would never in my life subject anyone to the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, so I will take Hall of Presidents for $1 and the classic, ever classic, spinning teacups for $1. And round
No,
out
wait
my
a
list
second. That means I have to take
$15.
Monsters
You have to
Laugh?
take the worst attraction in Walt Disney World history.
I don't think it's that bad.
I can't stand it.
I don't think I've ever done it.
It's not that bad. It's better than living with the seas with Nemo.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
when the stuff doesn't work.
Guys, this is going to be a great ride. You're going to see Nemo and the fish all at once.
My future father-in-law lost a lot of respect for me in those 10 minutes.
He said this was what?
You know how I gave you permission to marry my daughter? I take it back.
Okay, so I think I have to, if my math is correct here, I had
How are you having so many math problems?
8 and 6 is 14. And
You've
then,
got $15 right there.
yeah. So Monsters Laugh.
Monsters Inc. Left Floor is your
Monsters,
final
Inc.
pick.
Yeah.
So then I have $2 left, and I'm glad that I have $2 because there was a chance I ran out of money if I went with a $3 pick. I'll go for a classic. I'll do It's a Small World.
I think I would have gotten Dumbo there.
Yeah?
The
Hard
little
Dumbo
kids
there.
love Dumbo.
Yeah, but I'm not a little kid.
No, I know, but aren't you like, are we creating this for ourselves? I guess?
Yeah, it's a day. It's a park day. It's our park day. We're
You
building
have
a
to
park
go
day
on the
for
Monsters
ourselves.
Inc. laugh floor.
You have to go on the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
I don't know why I was thinking that we were creating like a park with just these in it. We were drafting.
No, it's
Your park has the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Either way.
You lose either way.
All right, so how should we tell the audience our what we have?
Let's just go in draft order and we'll read off our full roster. Sean, why don't you start off?
I have the Haunted Mansion, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I have the Carousel of Progress, the Teacups, and the Hall of Presidents. Nice.
Okay.
That's not a bad day.
That's not a bad day at
Not a
all.
bad day.
That's not a bad day.
Let's listen to his day.
Yeah, let's see.
All
what
right, you want to
this
listen to
day
my day? You want to listen to the better day? Here's the better day. So we're starting off with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, going to Space Mountain, Philhar Magic, relaxing on the People Mover, and then ending with a comedy, Monsters Laugh Floor.
We love to laugh.
That day has its peaks and valleys.
I mean, I will say that you are definitely planned. Like, your day is like the best day for like a really crowded day at Magic Kingdom.
Right,
Because
Philhar Magic, People Mover, and Monsters.
You've got the two best time killers with the two of the best time killers.
Yeah.
With the People Mover and Philhar Magic.
Question: can I bring a hot dog on the People Mover?
No, only that guy can. The guy with that Instagram account.
Yeah, is he the only
Is that a
one?
real thing?
Oh my god! Have you never?
No, I feel like you showed it to me. But
Okay.
like, is bringing food on the rides not?
I don't think you're supposed to.
What if I put the hot dog in my pocket?
That's what the guy did, and he takes pictures of.
But now I think they let. I mean, he takes pictures with the people and the hot dog, like with the people who are the cast members. So
Yeah, maybe it's a gray area.
yeah. Okay, so why don't you just tell us yours, JJ?
Okay, so my day, the winning day. Please write us on any social media platform, or send us an email, ReedyGeeks@gmail.com.
Or fax?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a fax machine, but you could try.
Send a fax. It's not going anywhere.
I have Tron, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Enchanted Tiki Room, Buzz Lightyear, and It's a Small World.
I think the Enchanted Tiki Room immediately kills your list.
But it was the best value at $1.
I went on Tiki Room this last time too.
I like the Tiki Room for what it is.
Yeah, for what it is.
I mean, I wouldn't be like, this is good.
Right, right. I can't. At one point, it was though. It's weird.
At one point, it was really good.
Yeah,
My siestas are getting shorter and shorter.
I thought it was good. That was a good game.
that was a good game.
I think that was a good game. It was solid. We can definitely do different variations of this in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, you want to take us home?
Take me there.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Reedy Geeks Podcast. Subscribe, rate, and review on your podcast service. Like and follow our socials, and we'll see you real soon.
This is a disgrace.
Settle down. Anything this bad has to be educational.
This week's Honest Send-Off comes courtesy of Lisa and Selma from Springfield, USA. If you have an honest send-off that you want played at the end of one of our episodes, please submit an audio clip to us via our email address, ReedyGeeks@gmail.com. Reedy Geeks, a Walt Disney World podcast, is hosted and executive produced by Andrew Shopey, Sean Murphy, and JJ Hefner. Music and audio engineering by JJ Hefner.
Bon voyage.